Welcome, everybody. It's Gull Khan here, your money mindset expert, and I help entrepreneurs to break free from the limiting beliefs, to reverse their money shame, and to blast through their money blocks so that they can live a life of unlimited abundance. And today, I have the amazing Kim Esparto. Am I pronouncing it right?
Yeah.
Awesome. So, Kim, tell everybody who you are, what you do, and why do I love you so much?
So my name's Kim, and I am a mom to two kids. Actually, three, because I'm
Third on the
pregnant
way.
now. Yes, the third is on the way.
It's three, yeah.
Three. I started out as a freelance project manager
Right.
9 years ago, and then now I'm aiming to run my own business. I started, I think, last year.
Okay.
I also just launched a book.
Oh,
It's
fantastic.
it's a children's book. I did that late last year. So that's something that I am also very passionate about. So it's something I want to continue doing. So yeah, I homeschool our kids, and I am an advocate, as you can call it, for conscious parenting, homeschooling, and very flexible lifestyle of working from home or working from anywhere. Yep.
Yeah, I agree, and I think I don't homeschool my kids, but I'm a big fan of that too. Working around your kids, so kids become your main priority, and your work has to fit around them rather than the other way around. So yeah, absolutely. All right, so Kim, so tell me, what was your problem before you joined the mastermind? How was your mindset then?
I think even if when you're working from home, or like in my case, it's been a decade already, working from home, being around kids. What happens is that the lines are blurred, and the tendency is that you really feel like you've been spent, and that you are putting your energy everywhere.
Yeah.
Right. So um, if there's one thing that I had to learn along the way, is to establish proper boundaries
Yeah.
myself, and that translated to so many things. I mean, also, especially when it came to finances. So um, as uh, as a mom, the tendency there is for you to give everything, like every single thing,
Yeah, I know.
to your children, to your family, and then also to the people you work with, people around you. And the result there is that once you give everything, you feel like there's nothing left for yourself,
Yeah.
right? So, and then you wonder why it's the same feeling of being exhausted all the time.
Yeah.
So I think that was my main problem when before I met you.
Okay, awesome. So what made you come into the mastermind in the first place? Once we got on the call, what made you think, okay, now this is what I want to do, and now's the right time to do it?
So first I saw, I think I joined one of your free
Challenge.
challenges, because
Yeah.
I saw it from Martine, right?
Okay.
Martine has been my coach for about 3 years now
Oh,
already,
wow.
I think. And she has helped me work through a lot of things. And she also helped me get into the personal development space uh, 3 or 4 years ago. So when I saw that, it also helped when I saw you and when we did the challenge. Just by doing the challenge, I think there was a 5-day challenge.
Yeah, it
After
was.
those
Yeah.
5 days, I felt like there was a shift in terms of like what I wanted, um, what I wanted to do, and what I thought I was capable of doing. Right? Like the great thing about challenges is that it's a limited time,
Yeah.
and then you have to do things right away. There's a call to action every single time.
Yeah.
So if you do it, it's like you're at an accelerated pace.
Yeah.
So when I did all of those 5 days, the challenges in those 5 days, and right after, I felt that there was a change already.
Yeah.
I knew that, you know, I should, I mean, that's something that I would want to get or dive deeper into. So, yeah.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So tell me, what results have you got since working in the mastermind? What has happened to you since then?
I think one is I'm now able to focus on things that bring me, like, I can really see abundance coming in.
Yeah.
You know how before, um, I mean, everyone's abundant. We receive abundance every day, but
Yes.
I realize that I'm not a good receiver.
Right.
And so you don't see that. Even the littlest things, now I feel like they're all connected to each other, and
Yeah.
that I'm more abundant in so many ways. And that's an everyday thing already.
Mm.
I used to I've been practicing the gratitude list for about 3-4 years already. But
Right.
I think before, I would write things down that I'm grateful for, right? But I didn't really feel it.
Yeah.
Like I
Big
didn't
difference.
feel
Big
like
difference. Yeah.
it's a very big difference. Like you would write it down just for the sake of saying, yes, I'm grateful for this one, or this is something that I'm
Yeah.
thankful for. But now I can really see that this is something that I'm grateful for. And every single time you're grateful for something, it really multiplies. Like I think
Absolutely.
a very specific thing is like, when we were starting this and I had to hit a certain money ceiling, right? Like,
Yeah.
and it was in that terror barrier because it was something, this is a sum um that I couldn't even think of for myself, right?
Mm.
um and so when I got the first and it was a small contract. When
Mm.
I got the first contract, immediately after that, I think a week after that, it was a small contract, it was a one time thing. But
Mm-hmm.
the fact that I got that and I was grateful for that, it just multiplied. Like the next time it was something else,
Yeah.
right? Like and I, if you see all of these classes about manifestation and things like that, this one felt like uh, it it wasn't as if it was magic. It was more of like, now you recognize how things work, and you're in the same energy, and so because of that, you things work out for you, right?
Yeah.
Does that make, yeah.
It's like recognizing the formula, isn't it? Like, okay, so now that you know how to ask for things and receive for things, you can go on to repeat it and rinse and repeat it. You can do it again and again and again. And I love the fact that you said this thing about, you know, writing gratitude list. And many people speak about that. I think everybody talks about that who was in this personal development niche. However, there's a big distinction between writing and just saying it as empty words and really feeling in your core. I think this is the beauty of the mastermind, when you can clear your energetic blocks to actually the feelings around it, you can actually feel the gratitude, and that is the key. And that's what happened to you. So that's like having the magic formula, like knowing, now that I can manifest this and I know how I've done it, I can do this
Yeah,
for bigger things and larger things and bring more abundance to myself. All the while feeling the gratitude and the expectation of receiving. Isn't that right?
that's right, that's right.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So what did you like most about the mastermind?
I love the energy clearings. That's something that I've never experienced before.
Yeah.
Because when you undergo certain trainings, and I've done a lot of trainings in the past, um, I and in the personal development space, of course, you have exercises and all of these things, and it's very, in a way, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And you have to answer certain things, and you know and that's good. But at the same time, with the energy clearing, at first I was a bit hesitant if it will work for me, because sometimes it feels like, okay, these things may work for some people, but it may not work for me, right? Like
Yeah.
you feel like it doesn't, it, you just want to give it a try. But when it finally worked out for me, I think it was the third energy clearing, and you really felt like um something was taken off your chest. I did it more regularly. Like I would do one at least a day.
Oh, was
uh,
wonderful. Yeah.
and that felt good because the energy clearings that you had, or that you have in your mastermind, it's also for very specific
Yeah, the
like you have,
module related. Yeah, they're on specific
yeah.
modules. Yes.
Yes, which is great because, you know, generally speaking, sometimes you don't know what's blocking
Yeah.
you from doing something, right? You feel like you're in the same path over and over again, even if you put your mind to it and you say, I want to get rid of this, like for example, this fear, or I want to be able to do this one. But if you're blocked because of, you know, certain things in the past or certain decisions you've made before, or just, you know, the environment that you put yourself in, um, those can affect the results that you get.
Yeah.
So it's great to have those energy clearings, which is like another thing that it's like an added uh, layer to, you know, uh, improving where you are right now. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So I think most people, the unique thing about the mastermind are the energy clearings. I think that's my USP, because we do the mindset work, but instead of getting you to systematically, change your mindset slowly and gradually over time, we do it with energy clearings. So the energy clearings come in and we literally shift your energy, and then mindset has no option but to follow. And this is why we work the other way around, and that's why you get such a drastic mindset shift, because the energy is already shifted, and you have no option. If your energy shifted, you would follow naturally to to the next level. And that's the beauty of the energy clearings, and that's why this program is more powerful compared to what's out there in other people, because writing journals and everything is so good, but that's a slow process. So this is the wonderful thing about it. I always say that energy clearings is like getting into a Ferrari and driving off, compared to walking to your destination.
Yeah.
Awesome. So the other unique thing about the mastermind is the manifestation calls. Now, how have you found those, the bi-weekly manifestation calls?
Those are my favorite, I think. And you mentioned something about um, joining the manifestation calls now that I'm pregnant would be a powerful time.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
remember that
yeah,
you
yeah,
said something like that, and I really felt um, the nice thing about the manifestation calls is that it takes away the doubt
yeah,
that it has already happened,
yeah,
right? In this world, in this present moment, what you are thinking of is already there.
yeah.
It's just a matter of you being in the same energy as whatever it is that you want to happen. And I think what I love about the manifestation calls and is that every single time I've manifested something during those calls, especially when they're live,
Yeah.
um, it has happened.
Ah!
It, you know, so I joined the replays, but
Yeah.
it's not as powerful as the ones that are
Yeah.
live.
So for the manifestation calls, I always like, that's why I say for the manifestation calls, please attend live. Replays are good too, are powerful, but not as powerful as the live ones. Yeah, the energy clearings can be listened to either way, but the manifestation calls are more powerful live.
Yeah. And I've manifested, I mean, the only thing that the last one that I'm manifesting now is related to
Easy
my
birth.
birth plan. That's right. So let's see. But so far it has been easy, you know, in a way that I'm not feeling any significant pain or anxiety around it. So I
Yeah.
think that helps, you know. So yes, that's one of the things that I like most about the manifestation call.
Oh,
It's that, yeah, you feel like it's that something happened already
yeah.
right after the
It,
call.
yeah. I mean, everything I always say, everything already exists in the quantum field, and when you put your awareness of it, you bring it into your spiritual world, and then when you emotionalize it, that's when you should bring it into your physical world. And it's like it's like I always give the comparison. It's like going to a warehouse where everything's there, like everything you could possibly want is there. And then when you put your awareness on something, because you're not going to buy everything, when you put your awareness on something, you pick it. It's like picking that stuff up from the warehouse and putting it in your trolley, and then you have to go to checkout and pay for it. Now, the payment that is in the form in the spiritual checkout, you can say, is the emotions. So you have to pay with your emotions. If you don't emotionalize, you haven't paid the price. And that's why you can't actually bring into 3D world. And this is why these manifestation calls are powerful, because we do everything, all of that. We go into this, like going to the warehouse, we put in a shopping trolley, and then we pay for it at the checkout. And that's why you feel that it's already here. Awesome, fabulous, brilliant. Okay, so now, Kim, this Mastermind, I don't hold back, is a 12-month program. It requires both time and financial commitment. So what advice would you give somebody who's thinking, yes, this sounds really wonderful, I really want it, but I don't think I've got the money, or I don't think I have the time to do it? What would you say to this person?
This is the second mastermind that I've joined. And I think with any mastermind, you really have to you have to make that decision first.
Yeah.
Right? Like, are you willing to do that? Are you willing to invest the time? Are you willing to invest the money? And most of the time, the question really is, are you willing to invest in yourself?
Yes.
Right? And so when people say, do you think I should do it? And that's the only question you have to answer. Like, are you willing to invest in yourself? Because it's just like when you want to buy a car, you're telling yourself, I'm willing to invest in a car.
Yeah.
Right? I'm willing to put money there. Like if you want to invest in a business, right? I'm willing to invest. I'm willing to put the money, the time, all my resources that are needed in order for the business to work. So it's the same way with any type of personal development, especially with the mastermind, because it's more intense, if I may say, right?
Yeah.
So that's the question there. And I think that when people ask me, and I have a lot of friends who have asked me already, why do you join certain masterminds, or why do you do coaching? It's because I feel like that part of me is something that I want to invest in. So if you feel like this is worth your investment, then that answers everything else, right? So
yes, it does. So just a quick question, because we are currently doing this interview while there's a worldwide lockdown because of coronavirus. Tell us, have you still been earning in the period? Because I always talk about the money still comes regardless of the situation. So how do you find the impact on this on your income, or has it still continued to bring the money? Has the money still flowed?
At the beginning, especially when they announced, the lockdown, I really felt the fear there, because of course you will have clients who will say, okay, let's pause. Everybody's felt that. So the tendency is for you either to go into fear and make sure that, okay, whatever resources I have is just keep it this way, right? Or
into faith.
Exactly, lean into faith. And I like what you told me, that most of the people go into fear. Exactly. So are you willing to go with a herd that goes into fear, or are you the ones who will lean into faith? And I think that's one of the things, because it's hard to see, like, especially if you have a certain amount that comes in monthly, it's hard to look elsewhere and see where the other abundance is coming from, right? But if you've been doing the exercise of abundance, especially with the gratitude list, really, really feeling into it, then every single day you have that muscle of looking for certain things that come in different ways. So for example, in my case, it came in the different source. Like it can come from my husband, right? It can come from people who are who are supporting us during this time, right? It comes from investments that we've made early on that we are now probably reaping the benefits of. So those are the things that once you shift your mindset, then you say, oh, okay, it's possible. I can get through this. And when you help me shift that, I signed in a new client, and see, I think it's something that will only come if you choose to see that it's going to come, right? Or it's on its way to you.
Exactly. I love what you said. Absolutely. So when you're used to earning a certain amount, you're looking at that for one particular channel because that's where the channel is coming from. But the extra source of your supply, your source of abundance comes from divine source energy. When you allow yourself to take a step back, and if you think that channel is going to dry up or is going to have some issues with it, if your faith is there, like as with yours, once we work through a few things, you know that your supply will never stop. It will come from a different source, a different channel. I mean, it's a different channel, but the source will remain the same, divine source energy. It just means the divine source energy will send it through a different channel, as in your case, for different places. So that's perfectly fine. So you will always be taken care of, regardless of which channel is giving your abundance at that particular moment in time, which I love. I love that. All right, thank you so much for being such an amazing guest for us, darling. Tell us, Kim, where can we find you? Where can you give us your social media handles, or where can we find you?
I'm usually on Instagram. I post a lot about, snippets of my life there. That's Kim Espartero, at Kim Espartero on Instagram, and I'm also on Facebook. So yeah, those are the two things. But also my book is out, and you can also find that through my Instagram account. Let's Be Super. So that's at Let's Be Super.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your experience of being in the mastermind, and I'm so proud of you doing so well. By the way, just for everybody, so nobody can see the bump. You are literally full term, so you're literally about to give birth any moment, aren't you?
Any minute now. Any minute now, maybe tonight. Any minute now, go.
So this, for those people who have the excuses like, I'm too old, I'm too young, I've got this, I've got that. You've been dealing with everything that's going on with the coronavirus, yet you've been making money, you've been having your mindset around this abundance thing, and making and attracting clients and making money while you've been heavily pregnant. So literally full term, about to have baby. So there is no excuse for anyone out there. So I'm so proud of you, my lovely. I'm so proud. Thank you for sharing your experience, my lovely.
Thank you, Gull, and thanks everyone.
Thank you so much. So until the next time we meet with another amazing person who's been in the mastermind, it's Gull Khan signing off. Take care and bye for now.